Jamilah Lewis is a single mom in New York's East Harlem neighborhood. Like many parents, she is worried about her daughter's public school education.
Sinai Lewis.
How old are you?
Good. I'm 8 years old.
Okay.
I'm being good at school.
Okay, come on.
Navigating New York's system of overburdened public or overpriced private schools can be hard for every city parent. But Lewis's daughter, Naya, requires extra attention because she is a child with autism.
I actually didn't notice it. My father noticed it, like, oh, she's not giving eye contact, and she was around 2, so he suggested that I get her checked out. So which I did, and then she began like early intervention. That's when you have services or service providers come to your home.
Naya spent 4 years in government-funded programs that cater to students with autism, but she phased out at the end of 2nd grade. That's when Lewis says the trouble started.
I had no experience with public schools. I was willing to give it a chance, and it turned out that, from September until now, it's kind of a bad decision.
District 75 is the name for New York City's system of special schools for students with various learning disabilities. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, known as IDEA, is legislation that ensures students with a disability are provided with free, appropriate public education that is tailored to their individual needs. But Lewis says that Naya's school within District 75 is not meeting this standard.
If she got into just a better school, it doesn't have to be a private school, just a better school, because the school is kind of teaching at a kindergarten level when she's beyond kindergarten level work. It's like playing duck, duck, goose when your child is capable of doing, I'm not going to say chemistry, but she's capable of working on a 2nd and 3rd grade level. She's not being challenged, she's not being set up to progress.
Elisha DeMaria is a prominent autism advocate in her home of Bayonne, New Jersey. Even though her son Gabriel is in a different city and state, she has had similar issues getting him the right services.
It's a double-edged sword talking to the Board of Ed, because they want to spend as little money as they can while doing what's sufficient for the law.
DeMaria, who has started many programs including sensory readings at her local library and buddy baseball, encourages finding a community.
Read everything you can on your local education law, your state education law, and the federal. Federal first, that's a must. And then go into state law and find somebody like me that's in your community who you can talk to, who will listen to you, who will answer questions.
Bronx resident Nancy Wetmore Mathews, whose autistic son Ian is now in 10th grade, says Ian's local school didn't have the teachers to give Ian the attention he needed, and he couldn't handle the large amount of students in the classes. She decided to sue the New York City Board of Education to foot the bill for him to go to private school for students with disabilities.
You got a lawyer, and you send them a letter 10 days before school starts. You visit the local school. You want to show that you've done your due diligence. They contested our suit. We had to have a fair hearing. We had to sit for 2 days in a room with a lawyer for the city arguing against us, saying, we never did what we were supposed to do, that we just assumed he was going to go to private school, and we won. You shouldn't have to fight for that. That should just be, it's like, oh, this is your child's diagnosis, well, this is what we have to offer. The issue is just the larger issue of overcrowding. It's we can't concentrate on the needs of each kid because we've got 35 kids in a class, and that's across the country. That's what we should be focusing on.
I am kind of feeling at a standstill, but as the only person that's going to do anything, or the only person that's going to fight for her, I can't be at a standstill.
Back in East Harlem, Lewis can't afford lawyer fees, nor can she manage the deposit for the new private school that accepted Naya. She's looking for pro bono representation and vows that she will get Naya a better education, no matter what.
If that means that I have to do a hearing on my own, then that's what it's going to be, because she can't stay where she is. I would say that it should not be this hard. It really, I don't want to cry, but it should not be this hard.